Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be explaining to you why the FBI chose Salt Lake to kill Charlie Kirk. Okay? First, we need to understand some things about the FBI. First, here is the reason why there is an FBI is because the United States let some absolute idiots write laws. Namely, the law that outlawed booze. So, some complete morons thought it would be a good idea to outlaw booze. And then once they outlawed booze, all these problems came from the fact that they outlawed booze. So then what they needed to do was they needed to hire some thugs to enforce the horrible idea of outlawing booze. Thus, the FBI was born. Born of one of the stupidest laws ever written on the face of the earth. Now, since the inception of the FBI, they haven't done any good for the world, okay? Assassinations that have been tied to them are numerous. They are oligarchy enforcement. They are not law enforcement. The FBI is a fascist organization that is basically trying to take over the world. If you look at the FBI's website, you'll see they have fascist offices all over the planet. So there's where we are with the FBI, okay? Next, we need to understand Salt Lake City, the epicenter of the kookiest of all kooks, Mormons, LDS, Latter-day Saints, whatever you'd like to call them. Mormon is on the kook scale. They're up there with, so the least kookiest Mormon is as kooky as a Catholic or Muslim fundamentalist. Okay, so you have the kooky level of religion, but then you have the kooky level of fundamentalist religion, which is really off the charts on kooky. That's where it starts with Mormons. They are fundamentalist kooks at the most basic level, and it just goes kookier from there, okay? Now, when you are that level of kook, living in a fantasy world just created by people that are trying to control people and milk them for their money, when you're that kookified, okay, as the Mormons are, it's like you have to just believe in stuff that you just can't justify. You have to have this, you're just brainwashed to a high degree, okay? And so now you have the society in Salt Lake of just brainwashed kooks, okay? And guess where the FBI and the CIA pull a lot of their kooks from? They're spook kooks from Salt Lake, from the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church basically runs the FBI. The level of kooketry that the FBI has is only outmatched by the level of kooketry of the Mormon Church, okay? So, why did the FBI choose to kill Charlie Kirk in Salt Lake? Because it's their backyard. That's their people. They can get away with whatever they want. As the Google search trends shows us, that all the searches for all the people, and then they just went, they talked to the friend of the surgeon, the friend of the autopsy guy, I mean, you look at the people that were throwing signs and all this, Those were FBI agents. They have a look. They looked exactly like FBI agents, okay? So they were able to get enough people that are kooks, Mormon kooks, okay, to be like, yeah, kill Charlie Kirk because he's not a Mormon. Now look, Charlie Kirk's not a great person, but he did not deserve to be killed. So the fact that the FBI killed Charlie Kirk in Salt Lake is because they're a bunch of Mormon morons. The FBI, the morons, the Mormons. Freudian slip. Moron and Mormon. Boy, those words go together like peanut butter and jelly, okay? They're not smart people. Their IQs are so low and they have so much brainwashing that they're the kind of level of stupid that would go, golly gee, we just need to kill them there in Salt Lake while all our people are all right there and can cover for us. Because you're massive morons. Like the FBI is literally some of the stupidest people on the planet. 100%. Sure, they have a department of smart people writing tools that then all the morons can use to do all the evil fascist shit the FBI does. But it doesn't mean the FBI is full of smart people. It just means they have a few smart people who actually write the tools they use. Okay? So what everybody should completely understand is the FBI is the SS, ICE is the Gestapo, okay? And if you want your democracy back, you can't have things like the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the DEA, or ICE, or a number of other of these law enforcement agencies that are all just fascism. They're just covers and paychecks for fascists, for people with the literal stupidest ideas. Their ideas are this smart. You got a problem? Well, can we just kill them? That's morons. Morons think killing people is a good idea. Killing people is literally the stupidest solution. If you are the stupidest person on the face of the earth, you're like, I need to kill this person. I need to kill that person. And that's what all those agencies represent. They represent the stupidest people in the world just killing people because they're not smart enough to create real solutions. You're never going to have a crime-free society with agencies like the CIA, NSA, DEA, FBI, ICE. Those are all anti-democratic institutions that need to be dissolved. And guess what? When you dissolve them, get ISIS. That's what you're going to end up with. Be prepared. And so it's best to just get these people jobs in some other, just like, yeah, bro, you're still an FBI agent, but can you do this laundry over here? And yeah, you're still an FBI agent, but hey, we need you to pick these apples, okay? Because that's the level of IQ we're talking. Just because they're willing to kill people doesn't mean they're smart. That actually proves they're fucking idiots, okay? So, the United States, as we all know, is a fascist shithole. It's a fascist shithole because of the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, all the Nazis. That's the problem with the United States. When you take all your money and you give it to Nazis and you say, hey, Nazis, what's your solution? They're like, oh, we'll build fucking cages and we'll kill people. Okay, that's so brilliant. Close the colleges and start building prisons. That's why you have one of the stupidest countries on earth, the United States, with the highest rate of incarceration, is because fascists have been allowed to do their fascism for decades, okay? So, Charlie Kirk was killed by the FBI. The FBI, working with fascist gangs, has tried to kill me twice, okay? I am not suicidal, and if the FBI gets in with arm's length of me, because I smell ya, right? You need to not get within arm's length of me, you fascist scum, murderous pig filth. Have a nice day and peace.